Oh, are we back live?
Yeah,
Oh, are we live?
sorry.
Oh, we're live again?
So I
Oh
pay.
shit.
Just to be clear, I pay for over 200 gigabytes of upload speed. That's what I'm supposed to be getting. But the last 2 weeks, I've been getting under one. So I need to call my fucking internet
I
company.
don't, I don't know why that's so funny to me, but you going under one.
It was at
That's
0.87.
ridiculous.
My download speed was at 400, and my upload speed was at 0.87.
Did you turn off everything that you're not using for the stream?
Literally no other thing is either everything is off or
Did you
not
close?
connected.
Did you close Microsoft Teams?
Teams.
It's an ongoing.
Okay,
joke.
since we're back live, I'm gonna share a fun fact. The actor for Buffy in Blade versus Buff, the upcoming Blade versus Buffy Death Battle, all is a Darman actor. That's a fun fact for you.
What's Darman?
It's they're
don't
those
know what
videos that it's like back in the day I was poor and I needed $1 and this man gave me this $1. That kind of shit where it's making you
It's
feel
like-
bad about them.
It's like I gave $1 to this homeless person, and he turned out to be really rich. For some reason, my nan really likes watching Dark. It's like all on her TV.
I gave
whenever
one
I walk
energy
in.
drink to a poor internet creator, and he created a show called Death Battle. And
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, Darman is fucking weird. It's like, okay, I can't find a fucking gif of the. Okay,
Anyway, what's the next matchup we're doing?
I want to ask
Okay.
real quick how much people even heard about Mustang versus K, because
None of it.
I'm gonna ask Zoro to just do a quick run through of what we had just discussed, like a summary, just in case we lost pretty much all of it to the void.
all
So
right.
just give me a quick little summary on it.
The quick summary is I like this matchup because they're both fire users that are relatively street fear tier that would be more about strategy than just, big feats and whatnot. And I just find that very fascinating. Also, I think both of these characters are really cool. I also enjoy Colonel Mustang. I think he'd be a very fun character to have on the show. And if this fight were to happen, I'd fight tooth and nail to make him win.
I too am in this episode.
Anyway,
concur.
Where are you in this episode?
next we have Scorpion versus Wolf.
Okay, the one fighting game franchise that I can actually talk about is Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
Scorpion vs. Wolf is really cool. I mean, it was on the Tournament of Champions. So,
Yeah, Tournament of Champions. The
which-
one where I won.
So, Wolf, he's probably the one that needs the most explaining. He's from Shadows Die Twice, or Sarah called Shadows Die Twice. It's a very cool game. I haven't got around to playing it, but he is like basically like Scorpion. He's kind of like this immortal. He keeps on reviving sword fighter type individual,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got like the most character for like a Soulsborne protagonist.
Yeah, I think like this would be cool to do because they both have like a lot of interesting things to pull in terms of like Wolf has like all of his shinobi arts and skills, which give him like a bunch of different like counters and attacks. There's like a really good sword fight you can have here,
Yeah, it's
Is this
Ninja
a specific?
which
Is
is
this a
fun.
specific Scorpion?
This is just kind of like general MK, like before MK1 Scorpion.
Yeah,
Right.
so this is like Yeah.
What's his
Pre-timeline.
name?
Kuai Liang? Or no, that's
No, that's Sub-Zero. You're talking about Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
That's Hanzo.
I'm trying to remember which
Hanzo.
fucking... Hanzo, that's the name.
So
The
yeah,
goat.
it's pretty cool. Scorpion just kind of wins, but I think it's interesting. Like Wolf's whole thing is his dragon heritage, which basically, he can die by like a fatal blow. He has like things that are capable of just like reviving him. It's kind of like a chosen born situation where he can keep on coming back. Which, I know the fucking really. Don't worry.
Darius has a question. is a battle? Is it a fight until one of them dies for the first time, or trying to get rid of the other for good, like in Reverse Flash versus Goku Black?
Permanent death. It would have to
Yeah,
be
it'd be
permanent.
like permanent because it kind of be weird if it was like we ended it right as like Wolf died for the first time, and it's like
Oh, it's
you didn't
Scorpion
give
died
him
for the
his
first time.
you didn't give him like his ability, like it's in the name that like it's Shadows dies twice. Like one of the main things that Wolf has is that he can like revive himself 1 or 2 times after
He's
death.
able to die 2 times, so you have to kill him thrice to really keep him down.
Scorpion also like he has ways of like regenerating and keeping himself in the fight. And if he's permanently killed, he does like this weird mirror match with an alter ego, which allows him to teleport back from the Nether Realm.
That's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Unless he's killed by an insect. Insect poison seems to be his weakness that will really just keep him down.
Aurora.
Yeah.
It's just really cool, I think. Like, even with the more
Yeah.
generous of scaling, Scorpion just really takes this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It'd be
I-
really
I-
cool to see, though.
Yeah, I'd really love to do like a FromSoft Soulsborne type matchup, but like it's kind of a shame that that series loses a lot, despite the fact one of the main things about that series is like the protagonist can consistently come back from the dead. It's weird.
So, like, this would be obviously 3D. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do here, like Scorpion bringing Wolf to the Nether Realm and continuing the fight in there, but Wolf could arguably, like, I've seen arguments of Wolf being able to resist being pulled to the Nether Realm, so he could quite literally, like, teleport out, you know?
Yeah.
Does Wolf have a fighting style without his sword, or is he almost exclusively a sword fighter?
He's just mainly a sword fighter, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can like fight briefly without his sword, but like it would be mostly he's using like swords and
His
katanas.
main thing is the Kusabimaru. I think that's what it's called. It's his like heirloom of the Hinatoro family that was given to him. But he also has his prosthetic arm, which allows him to like fire shurikens. He has a grappling hook. He has a flame vent, which is obviously useless here, but you know. He has a firecracker, which is good for distracting enemies. He has spears. He has a mist raven, which allows him to teleport, which plays off of Scorpion's own teleport really well. Yeah, so he has a lot of cool things, you know?
Yeah, it's really cool. You'd be able to do a lot with this matchup, and it's a really cool dynamic because it's like ninja versus samurai, which is like the peak 12. I'm 12 and I need a cool matchup thing. I think it'd be a really fun fight to do.
It'd be cool 3D one for us to do.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a soft spot for him versus the guy from Neo, just because I love Neo, but I don't really have a preference between this matchup and that one.
Yeah,
I know
like-
it's
I
a
also
different matchup, but does the guy from Neo have a way to revive himself, or is he you die when and it's over?
maybe it's been a while since I played the games. I know part of it is dying and you can come back and collect things, but I don't know if the in-universe reason for that is that he's canonically coming back or if it's just strictly a gameplay thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
this one's cool.
It's interesting. Yeah, this would be definitely a really fun one to do. I really hope Death Battle would end up doing it, but it's, you know, we never know.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
never
this is one of
know.
mine.
I love Bridget, by the way. I'm just gonna say that
BB
now.
Hood versus
one of my
Bridget.
favorite characters in Guilty Gear.
Now, I will say
She's pretty
normally
cool.
we don't try to bring up alts for characters unless, but I am the one who suggested this matchup, so I could bring up an alt. BB Hood or Bridget versus Shiki from The World Ends With You, from what I've heard, is super cool as well. I just didn't know. I know nothing about that game, so I can't comment on it.
Wait, can
But that also
Shiki?
seems very cool. What?
I need to know the connections there. That doesn't make sense in my head. I love World
Shiki
Ends With
versus.
You.
I just asked for who Bridget should fight, and that's an answer I've gotten a lot. So I'm
Interesting.
sure it exists in some
Yeah.
way. Anyway, Bridget versus BB Hood. This one is a little more basic and surface level as a matchup. I just think both are really cool, and I'd love to see both of them talked about. The connection is that they're kind of like underestimated bounty hunters. Like
BB Hood hunts monsters and gets money for it. Bridget is also a bounty hunter, and that's how she makes all her money. The thing is, like, Bridget is genuinely a very nice small person, whereas BB Hood is actually like a psychopath, which would kind of be a little funny interaction because Bridget is very gullible and naive, so she would like probably fall for it like multiple times throughout the fight. I think that'd be funny. It's just kind of like a very basic surface level fight. BB Hood has all of her guns and various methods to kill each other. She has her baskets she can swing around, so it'd be fun if like the basket clashed with the yo-yo. She has all her various weapons. She can summon the hunter and the soldier to shoot at Bridget. Bridget has her giant robotic teddy bear that she can pilot around. The teddy bear has a motorcycle. It's a fun time. Her yo-yo has bullets in it. I just really like both characters, and I think it'd be super fun to see them fight. This is just kind of one of those, like, I don't gotta be too deep to explain it. I just really like both characters and want them to fight.
Yeah.
BB Hood has arguments of them being top, at least being equal to some of the top tiers in Darkstalkers. Does Bridget have the same argument of being scaled to the top tiers in Guilty Gear?
Not necessarily, but I think Guilty Gear in general is just a more powerful verse.
Vastly.
So I think that kind of balances out.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if you were like, yeah, she scales, that is correct, right? Because I know the whole story, but I can't remember how it concluded.
Unfortunately, Bridget has a very transphobic spread, so...
Bro, the one I see for her all the time is Poison, and I can't tell you how pissed that makes me.
Yeah.
So, Bridget is interesting. I don't know how high Darkstalkers goes because of... Oh my god, what's the name? Pyron? Because I know Pyron
I think it's probably
is
my
like
favorite
huge.
Darkstalkers matchup.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pyron and BB Hood, I don't think have really fought before, because Pyron was in kind of like the original games, and then BB Hood was introduced during the third game, and that big bad was Jeddah.
Jeddah, that's right. The guy that apparently was screwing death in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's right. I'm starting to remember now.
Yeah. So the big argument for why BB Hood gets it is because Jeddah was trying to awaken like this universal destroying thing, and in order to feed his fetus of God, that's what he called it. It's like this horrifying baby thing. He needed to give it the souls of very powerful Darkstalkers. And even though BB Hood is not a Darkstalker, she was seen as a worthy enough candidate and was dragged into the realm as well. Plus, like, she's been known to, like, kill a few S-class Darkstalkers, which the gaps between Darkstalker ranks are pretty extreme. So the S-class ones are, like, very powerful.
Yeah.
Is this better than BB Hood versus Peacock, though?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think that one had connections. I think the anime, they just wanted them to fight.
Yeah.
Which in one way based, but also like
No.
it doesn't need to be the de facto matchup for her because of that.
Wait,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
animator
like,
wanted them to fight?
Yeah. It's a 1 minute melee.
Is it?
Like, I can...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really do like this matchup, even though I have a few other ones for BB Hood I like a little more. Like, I would not be upset at all if this is the one we decide to do for BB Hood.
Full stop, by the way, never seen 1 minute melee. Anyway.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, Skull.
Hey, love this one.
Shenko versus Squiggly. I believe it's pronounced Shenko.
Hisenko.
I don't know if that's true. But, because I'm pretty sure they pronounce it in the fighting games as Shenko.
Well, yeah, but in the fighting games, they're using the Japanese version of the names. I'm using the American one, which, fun fact, is unlike most translated names where it's like original Japanese and then translated to English, the English names were made by Capcom of America first, so the Japanese ones are the translations.
That's interesting. I really wish Darkstalkers took off more than it did, honestly.
I mean,
it's a really
back
fun
in the
series
day,
of
it was
games.
like It was huge back in the day. I don't know why Capcom didn't capitalize it on more, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
The big appeal for this one is that both characters are zombie girls that are also in fighting games and have some kind of assistance. Hisenko being her sister that's kind of sealed in their spirit tag. I forget what the actual official name of it is called. I think it's just talisman. That's it. And Squiggly with Leviathan, and both of these powers also help keep them in control, unlike other forces in their world. I'm a big fan of this one, if you cannot tell.
I think this is fun too, even though I suck at playing Squiggly. She's the one character I can't play as in Skullgirl. But I'm trying to remember what Squiggly has, because I know I'll use your Hisenko or Senko.
Yeah, Hisenko.
She has the knives as her fingers. She can like throw out different metal balls from her sleeves and throwing like different projectiles. What does Squiggly do?
Squiggly's kind of a zoner. She does her music notes things. She has long normals with her Parasite Leviathan, this long snake thing. So her main game plan is to just keep you away with sound-based attacks in long normals before, and just will you down. Hisenko's kind of the same. She has some projectiles, but she's also a bit more of an all-rounder, so she's not afraid to get in close with those claws, and she does have a few, like, one of her supers involves her just dropping a bunch of spike balls from the air. So it'd honestly be a similar appeal to, like, K-Dash versus Roy Mustang for me, where it's like, well, I mean, I think Darkstalker's scaling gives Hisenko a bit of an edge, but, like, it would be nice to see kind of like their strategies going in and incorporating their different fighting gameplay styles to how they would interact in an actual fight.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about Skullgirl scaling, but we have another matchup later that we can get more deep into that. So I'll leave it there for now.
Yeah.
Vash versus Soul Bad Guy. This is one Saul submitted. Is he here?
Yes, I'm here. Don't worry.
Oh, Genbug on the phone. What's the deal with this matchup?
Yeah. Ring, 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 ring. So basically, the kind of deal with this is that they are immortal kind of heroes of their respective verses. They've got so much connections, like them falling in love with these women from their pasts who sacrifice themselves so they can live on. They like have a bunch of guilt and they wander the planet for a while. Just very, very tragic characters, you know, in terms of what they're able to do. From what I know about the fight dynamic, like it seems pretty fun between what Soul's able to do and what Vash is able to do as well. I've only seen bits and pieces of Trigun. I probably should sit and watch it. The dynamic is gun versus sword, but I think it plays well into their natures, you know? How Vash is more of this like elusive individual, while like Soul tries to close the distance more than anything. You're gonna have Soul using his like motorcycle flame wheel, which is something that he has, which is really cool, to chase down Vash as they're like trading shots. They also have like more powerful forms that they're able to like tap into. Soul can use his like gear physiology stuff, while Vash can use his plant powers. There's like so much they can do. Like Vash can use his telekinetic abilities, his angel wings, which allow him to like fly and like fight a bunch. Yeah, it's just really cool.
Vash,
I will say we have an advantage over Death Battle in terms of doing a Vash matchup, is we can right away for them to have a fight without forcing Vash to kill someone.
Yeah.
So,
True.
the anime and the manga, much like Soul Eater, is very, very different. I don't know if I want to spoil the end of the anime, but he chooses to not kill, and if he wins, we could reference that. Instead of killing Knives, he shoots tendons on his arms and legs. It disables him, so he can't move or hurt anyone anymore for the rest of his life, which will not end because he's a plant. So I think that's worse than death, personally. But, you know, he got around killing. But Vash has a couple of cool things apart from that. Obviously, he could turn his arm into a giant laser that is strong enough to, like, put craters in the moon. He has bullets that can create black holes in the manga, like mini black holes, nothing, like, really crazy. And one that I still fail to understand because it was such a situational thing, where he has a bullet that transcends time that hits you at another point in time, which affects you now. I don't know how it works. We'd have to get into the nitty gritty if we analyzed it, but time bullets
I
might
think that's
be a
how
big
Final
deal.
Crisis started.
Oh my.
Oh,
But I find it really interesting. Vash's other opponent, I don't think anyone here is really like clamoring for Vash versus Vincent. I think both think.
So
They have better opponents.
so confession time.
Okay.
I like that matchup a lot just because I like both characters. But it's the definition of a guilty pleasure because I'm nervous to talk about it because it's just connection wise not good. I just really like it in spite of not being good by modern matchup standards.
Yeah, I will say, if you do mention it in any of the text channels, I will summon a mob in order to go and run over your house.
Yeah.
Dark Lord, stop lynching people.
Anyway, like the
No,
idea
you
of
can't
having
stop.
this bounty hunter versus the man with the world's biggest bounty is just really cool.
The setup
You know,
writes itself.
Yeah, at some point, like I think this is a really cool. I'd be down to research one of these two. I would just kind of want to be involved in this matchup, but that's for more personal reasons.
You take Soul, I take Vash.
That's fine. I can work with that.
If Vash doesn't fight Vincent, which I want to happen, but don't actually rep it because I'm scared, I think this would be the Vash matchup I would go for.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
this
I'm
is-
really happy.
This is
to do
definitely the one This is definitely the matchup for both I'm like most interested in. Despite the fact I'm not really into Guilty Gear or Trigun that much. I've been meaning to read the Trigun manga though. It looks cool.
Fucking
Yeah,
retry
I haven't
and
seen
don't watch
five-
Stampede.
But out of the Soul matchups I've seen, this is the one that I think fits Soul the best.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
think
definitely a fan of it.
Thematically, it's really cool. I kind of understand it because I'm not a big Guilty Gear person. I'm not a big fighting game person. I'll be honest. There's a reason
Yeah.
why. There's a-
Neither am I. I was
Soul's more of a
struggling to
lover than a fighter.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I
It's-
wasn't supposed to be here originally.
Yeah, originally the Saul was supposed to be working, and so we were like, let's do one that Saul doesn't care about, that we can, like, do. And then he was like, by the way, funny
By the
thing.
Oh yeah, actually, I can cover it.
Surprise!
By then, we already made the announcement, so then I was like, okay, fuck it, we're doing this now.
Oh, this is something versus Master Hand.
It's,
So
I
this
think
is
that's the animator from...
This is Alan Becker.
yeah,
from-
yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
this
a
is
question about the animator from Alan Becker in Death Battle.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the win condition? Do you have to kill the man behind the screen, or do you just have to like destroy the computer? Like,
Yeah, that's my thing with like a lot of Alan matchups. It's kind of like you can't really kill him. Actually, no, there is a win condition. There is a win condition in the most recent episode of Animator versus Animation. Basically, the victim, the very first stick figure, managed to trick Alan into renaming him into Hacker, and in doing so, he was able to like completely shut down the computer. So, like, I think the win con for Master Hand is just giving Alan a blue screen. The win con.
okay, so it's just destroying the computer beyond repair,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because, like, if you were to destroy the mouse Alan's
I-
using, you can always just, like, type up a new mouse for him to use. Like,
I've been nice until this point.
Let out
I've
the
been,
rage.
I've been very
Let it
fair
out.
and I've been very fair and kind to all the matchups presented.
you like that one Ren and Stimpy gif where it's like,
However,
I was nice today.
however, how
Take
the
cover, everyone.
hell is Master Hand supposed to interact with like Alan in any meaningful way here? And how does Alan play off of, you know, the whole thing with Master Hand with the fact that he can create and bring in the other combatants?
So are
Alan
we
would
assuming
love
that the
music.
Master Hand is like canonically the player, like what it was meant to be
That
in
feels
the
dumb.
beginning?
That's really
Not
If we go by
what-
like Smash 64, I guess the hand is just a real person, but then it wouldn't be in Alan's computer. It would just be where Alan is.
It would just
Cool,
be
we have
me and Sherm fucking fist fighting.
Bro, it's Alan versus some random fucking kid.
One of us
who
can't be
playing
Alan.
with
That's
this boy.
problematic.
One,
Fuck.
yeah, we can't do identity
30-year-old.
theft.
It's Alan.
Yeah, so I
Oh
don't
god,
like this
I was
one.
about to make a really bad joke there.
I did not.
I think it's unfortunate this doesn't work because I really like it, like vibe wise. Like if
Yeah,
you could, if there was a way to make it work, I think tonally it's really cool.
What's next?
Yeah.
The only
Unfortunately-
thing I can think of
Unfortunately,
is
Smash
like,
Bros is not on a computer, so it just can't work. So
well,
it's
the
only
only way I can see this working, at least setting it up, is if like we corrupt like a copy of like Super Smash Flash, and then the Master
Alan
Hand just
illegally
spawns out of
downloaded
it.
Smash Bros onto his computer, and Master Hand is the anti-piracy software.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
that is actually a plot that would happen in animated.
Oh, I really like this. This used to be one of my most wanted.
This is also
Oh.
this was one of my suggestions.
forgot to
I
bring it up.
really fucking like this matchup.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
who the guy on the right
basically,
is.
So he's Zeus from Record of Ragnarok.
So basically, the idea is there are Record of Ragnarok and Mortal Kombat. There's these two tournaments. There's these two fighting tournaments going on where the winner gets to keep, where the winner of the tournament gets to keep the realm, while the loser loses the realm. Shao Kahn and Zeus are the guys who set up the tournament. They're the guys who are fighting with basically the strongest combatants humanity has to offer, and it's super fucking cool because like you got like Zeus can do shit like manipulate time because he has like all of Cronus's powers, while Shao Kahn is just like messing with the souls. It's basically just two really old guys just punching each other really fucking hard. That's it.
Zeus is also, his whole thing is that he kind of looks like this meekly old man until he gets really buff.
Yeah,
We
hold
should have
on.
Zeus fight Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Get out.
What did
I actually
Roshi have
would
to
not
do
be
to you? My
surprised.
gosh.
Oh god.
Roshi
yeah.
wins. What do you want?
Roshi would probably win. Record of
Probably.
Ragnarok is a weird
But
version
like
of the style.
Zeus, unironically, has like one of the craziest speed feats in Record of Ragnarok. It got calced at like I can't remember exactly, but it was like millions or billions of times faster than light, or something like that.
Yeah, Zeus is awesome. He has one of the best fights in the manga
Yeah.
against Adam.
Did
Yeah.
Sherm
And it was
power
only
down?
round- What?
I'm doing research on the matchup in real time, so I have stuff to talk about.
But yeah, so it's really cool. Yeah, it's not really that complicated. You're not really going into like, oh, can these guys do? Like,
the
what are their
tough one, by the
powers?
way.
You're not worrying about that. You're worrying about how fucking hard these guys can punch and how fucking awesome you can make these punches.
I sent
That's all you gotta worry.
I sent a GIF, by the way, of what his buff form looks like. If you want to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a Baki character.
He does.
He does. He does look like a Baki character, but like the idea behind Zeus's fight was it was Zeus versus Adam, the first man, and the idea was basically, what if we had this fight where it was like an end of the series fight, like the final round, and let's just make it the second round, and it was
Zeus-
fucking awesome.
To be fair, Zeus was very excited to fight Adam.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
to be
a really
fair,
cool fight.
the way Adam was moving, it's so cool. Like,
Yeah, it's a cool matchup. I love Shao Kahn. He's such a character.
yeah, this would be so cool because both would just be like shit talking each other the entire fight. Record of Ragnarok is a really fucking cool series. I'd love to have an episode. I'd love to have it on the show eventually.
And this is
yeah.
kind of the one that I feel like we would do.
Yeah, this is definitely like a front runner, but I'd also love to do something like Zareth from Fairy Tale versus Beelzebub,
Yeah,
or Jack the Ripper. I'd love to have Jack on. He's so
Jack would
yeah,
be really fun, but this is also a really cool Record of Ragnarok fight.
yeah. You don't gotta worry. It's simple, but you kind of just get it immediately, and it's just kind of peak. You know, it's peak. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Not all matchups need to be very complex. There is a simplistic joy in watching two men punch each other until one dies.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
You should also go read Record of Ragnarok. It's so good. Don't watch the anime though. The anime sucks. Read the manga. That's the shit.
That's
Haven't some
usually
of the
how
more
it
recent
goes.
anime fights been better animated? I know
Well-
the first episodes were kind of rough, but I thought
Mhm.
didn't it get better?
Not really.
Yeah, fair. Oh,
Oh my god. Plant.
This is
okay. I recognize Amigo. Who the heck is on the right?
a Mingo. That on the right is Deku from My Hero Academia Street Tier. No, he's from Fighters Megamix. If you know what that game is. I don't know if he comes from like some obscure thing other than that. I only looked at Megamix gameplay when looking at this. He's a very straightforward fighter, but he also fights people like Sonic characters and Virtual Fighter characters, so his scaling could probably go pretty high. And then I almost say Samba de Amigo. Amingo is obviously Marvel vs. Capcom. I believe he was supposed to be a Darkstalkers character that was unused, and then
He and the gosh, I forget her name, but was it Ruby Heart? Yeah.
Ruby Heart,
She
yeah.
and Ruby Heart were from a scrap Darkstalkers game, so they reused the assets in this game. I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
So
Amigo,
scaling on the right seems straightforward enough for the guy on the right. Just use Mega Man scaling. How would you analyze a Mingo?
Mega Man
Marvel
scaling.
and Cap.
You say he's in a Mega Man fighting
Sonic.
game, didn't you?
Sonic and Virtual
Sonic.
Fighter.
Oh, then just give him Sonic scaling. That seems straightforward enough. He's like in the side material for Sonic. What would
So-
you give a Mingo?
So he's in Marvel
Marvel
vs. Capcom 2. Whatever that final boss, I think his name is Abyss. If I can figure out the lore of what Abyss is, we could probably get him his highest tier scaling. Unless you wanted to just say he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, so highest tier Marvel character, which would probably be Thanos. Scale him to that. Whereas on the other side, Deku, he doesn't fight Sonic explicitly, but he fights characters from Sonic the Fighters, like Bean and Polar.
All right, so what is Deku? Is it just a guy, or is it also a cactus?
I think he's also a cactus. Let me see if anyone has a wiki page on Deku from Fighters Megamix. What the hell am I looking at? He's
I
an
don't know, I
original
can't see
character
it.
for the game. If I could share this image with you, his alt, if you look up Deku, Fighters Megamix, and look at the fucking alt color on the first link, he does not have an official description. He's just kind of like... Yeah, the only thing I see people talking about is that he's kind of similar to a Mingo. You could play as a fucking car in Fighters Megamix. Excuse me?
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah. One of the racing cars. They wanted to have a representative for their racing cabinets, but they couldn't put in a racer, so they decided, fuck it, let's roll with a car.
Why is his alt color so sinister?
Bro, you see what I'm seeing?
And he has a fairly odd parent's magic wand instead of whatever he's got normally.
What the heck
He
is
replaces
this
his
guy?
Morocco with a magic wand.
He's got no bio and no description. He's just a secret unlockable character. But
Anti-Deku.
Chris suggested this one. I thought it was funny. It hit me a lot.
Alright.
Someone's saying it's racist, so I say we can't do it anymore.
Who said it's racist?
I don't know, some guy who made a Fighters Generation page for him.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting. I don't know anything
It
about
says
him.
it's an example of what games could get away with in the 90s.
like the design
I mean, to
that
be
he's
fair,
dressed like a Mexican
doesn't
guy?
Mexico love characters like this with like sombreros? Like, aren't they really chill about representation?
Correct.
And
That is
that's what
accurate.
I'm kind of joking because he says it might be racist, but if you're actually bothered by it, then I think you need to touch grass.
I will ask
Yeah.
Stephanie when she comes home if this offends her.
All right, all right.
I'm sure
Anyway.
she'll
But yeah.
answer that question.
I mean, this is a goofy matchup. I wouldn't mind.
They have sombreros.
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
So
This
Stacy, he's got mommy and daddy puppets. Does this other guy also have mommy and daddy puppets?
No, he has a wife puppet and made a daughter puppet.
That's fucking
Okay.
Oh, it's a contrast matchup.
Alright.
That's a
Yeah,
full puppet
so-
family between the two of them. That's crazy.
Oh, they should
Pretty
kiss.
much. So yeah, the big matchups between this one, Relius Clover and Saucery, is that both of them are puppet users who make their puppets out of people. Most famously, their own families. Saucery made his puppets from his mother and father after they died so that they could embrace. And Relius is just a sick bastard who decided, I can do this with science, so I must, and then experimented on his wife and child, and then manipulated his other living son into following down a similar darker.
Wouldn't
So-
a better matchup be Reliz Clover versus Shout Tucker? It's more thematic.
Shut up! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of
Is
here!
there any reason he went after his wife and child specifically? Like, it sounds like he could have tested it on anyone, but he's like, why not test on my wife and daughter? Why
No,
not?
he
I could think
mean-
of like 5 reasons why not, but like, go off, King.
Yeah. I mean, he's just kind of like, if Hazama and flippin' Terramate wasn't in the show, this would be the most despicable person in all of BlazBlue.
I'm just
There's a
wondering,
lot
like, if
of
he cares so
people
little about his
with
family,
her.
then why did he bother to get a family in the first place?
For potential subjects later down the line, obviously.
Yeah, like, what's it? I mean, they're right there in the house. Like, if you have to kidnap someone, it's like a whole day, and like they're just right there. Like, come on.
I feel
But
like he
yeah.
had more children
Yeah,
by
you
that
don't-
logic.
Fucking Kamen Rider Gold Drive. You're doing the Kamen Rider Gold Drive play.
Going into the
Yeah,
fight aspect of this, go over what Caesari's puppets can do, and then go over what Relius's puppets can do for the fight
All right.
specifically.
So Sasori, he's kind of like the most skilled puppet user. Like, his main puppet involves using the third Kazikage, which has black iron dust. It can emit poisonous gas, but he also has a few other tricks up his sleeve. Like, he himself has converted himself into a living puppet with flamethrowers, and he is skilled enough to wield 100 human puppets at the same time. Relius Clover doesn't have as much, but he's not as bad in close range as you'd think. He has some like other like extending arm puppets that he can use just for like close quarters attacks, and so he is a bit more better at close range stuff than like having to fight aside. But his best combos are usually made with like using his melee attacks and his wife puppet to basically pincer attack people and catch them off guard. So it would be just very chaotic. Plus, with the unique ways they control it, with like Sorcery with his chakra and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. Relius Clover, just using basic technology. If Relius's technology is kind of disrupted, like he can reconnect it, but one interesting thing Sorcery could do at some point in the fight is that he doesn't necessarily have to make his own puppets to control them. The chakra strings he makes he controls them with chakra he makes from his own resources. So if he ends up making the puppet inert and separating it from Clovis, he could potentially puppet his own puppet and use it against him and just take away that resource.
That'd be
I also
interesting.
like it because it's a contrast because Sasori views it more as like an art form. He's still kind of a messed up guy, but like he's doing it because he's an artist. and Relius Clover is just kind of like a madman. So that's also another interesting thing where like Relius is just like, oh man, you have all this potential and you waste it, and Sorcery's like, wow, you're just kind of a sicko. I don't really like you that much.
I would also like to throw out, since people might get the wrong idea, Sasori didn't kill his parents to make the puppets. I'm pretty sure they were already dead, and he turned his corpses into puppets.
Yeah, he originally made the puppets as a comfort to himself, so they can still like hold him and shit.
So it's like that's still kind of.
Yeah, it's still kind of wholesome.
Iffy, but it's much better than killing your alive daughter to make her into a puppet.
Now, killing your alive grandma, on the other hand, you don't need a heart for that one.
Well, yeah, but Sasori would go on to kill other people after the fact, but he didn't start off terrible. He just kind of grew more numb to it.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there in the Naruto-verse.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to ask in terms of this: when they make a puppet in Naruto, are they made specifically for the chakra strings? Meaning, like, are their bodies designed with those strings in mind, or are they puppets and they use the strings however they can to just make things move? I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, I get what you mean. So basically, the puppets are made to be more controllable with chakra strings, but the strings they don't need to be specifically designed to be compatible with the strings. Like, we've seen puppet users use these strings to control dead bodies that have fallen on the battlefield before, but with far less precision, so...
So I was going to say, Sasori could use the strings on Relius's puppets, but it can't be worked the other way around if his is technology, right? If I'm understanding.
Yeah, I mean, there is some technology in there. Like, a lot of it is like, I'm concerned with the puppet strings, but also, if you hit it in just this right way, some gears will turn and, like, stab you or something.
Yeah, but, like, Relius's is more, like, sci-fi technological, while this is more, like, rudimentary puppetry, so, like, it would be a lot more difficult for Relius to, like, quote-unquote, manipulate Sasori's puppets than vice versa.
Yeah, I also believe that the part you have to destroy is, like, a sigil that's, like, on their body. Like, a little, like, a thing that, like, stores chakra within the thing, the puppet itself. And once you destroy that, the puppet becomes hard to manage, from my understanding.
I'm pretty sure Sasori can also just control, like, other people. Like, I think he does that in the war arc, where he just, like, makes ninjas fight each other.
Yeah. Which is like an advanced
puppet technique. I think you could probably overpower
technique,
that if you were significantly stronger, but that is a thing that Sasori can try, at least.
Yeah. So, again, I haven't really researched a lot of these matchups, so I don't know how well Relius' scales.
Hey, I like this one.
But it's a really fun thematic one.
Hey, this is a fun one. One of three,
the second of three Master Hand matchups in this entire thing.
I don't know why PlayStation doesn't just make another PlayStation All-Stars. Like, it's a good idea. They did it badly once and then never tried again.
Oh, stubborn Capcom mentality.
Is it really that hard to make a good platform fighter?
Clearly by how many franchises have tried and failed, yes, apparently.
I guess.
Yeah,
if Multiverses wasn't so toxic and predatory in its monetization, it would have taken off. It died twice, and it succeeded twice, and they killed it both times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this one is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just kind of.
It speaks for itself.
I feel like I would borderline call it just like a perfect matchup. Like, it's a fist getting punched by a face, and they are basically from the same game, and it's really cool. They fill the same role. It makes perfect sense.
And they can summon their own fighters as a part of their boss fight, so they kind of have a similar power set going on.
I think it's cool.
What more could you possibly want besides a sequel for PlayStation All-Stars, I guess?
I think it's kind of cool if you were to keep it strictly to All-Stars for Polygon Man and say that the stuff he does in his boss fight, like transforming into the different stage hazards, is an ability he can just do. Because most of the time I just see him get his ass kicked whenever people depict this. He just says things and get his ass kicked. But he can summon fighters. He can turn into things like the fucking big thing from Resistance that, like, fucking... I don't know what they're called. I'm literally sitting next to Resistance 2 on my desk right now, and I have no idea what that thing is called.
So,
But he could do more than
yeah.
just get his ass kicked.
He can. So in particular, the main things he can do is obviously he's a floating head, right? That's one of the main things. He can warp reality because like he calls the merging of all the different universes. He's able to summon the characters. He's able to grant like people powers, and like on defeat he grants people powers. He's able to corrupt people, like when you canonically, like when you lose to him, he like corrupts you into one of his like things, you know. In terms
Yeah.
of form, he's able to turn into Hades from God of War, the Hydra from God of War, the Negativatron from Little Big Planet,
Yeah.
the Patapon from the titular game Patapon, the Goliath from Ape Escape. It's the big mech that's Spectre.
Yeah, the big
uses,
monkey
if you
mech.
don't know. Yeah, the Iron Maiden, which is from Twisted Metal. Satan from Resistance 3. And Turbo Cannons from Jax 2.
Yeah, technically they're not from anything, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Do we include Crazy Hand?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I would like to include some of the forms he gets in Smash 4, like
Yeah, the Smash
the,
4
Master-
forms are cool, where he like turns
yeah,
into,
the
like,
Master
swords
Beast,
and,
the
like,
Master
other
Blade,
things.
and the Master Fortress.
In terms of what Master Hand can do, like ability-wise, obviously he's the creator, manifestation of the creative spirit.
Yeah.
He can fly, fire finger bullets, create fire, electricity, like use his fingers as like a drill, create lasers, create icy wind, grab you and make you fall asleep, which would be very funny for him to try and do on a big ass head. Like try and
Yeah.
wrap his hand around a head that's just the size of him.
Yeah.
He has some really like some fuckery stuff. Like he can manipulate your size, your speed, your weight, and damage because of Master
Yeah.
Order.
Oh,
I think
right.
it's interesting thematically because it is kind of like Master Hand is kind of like thematically an insert for the creator, and Polygon Man is like a neglected creation, so it's kind of like a there'd be no reason for them to have beef since Master Hand doesn't talk, but there is kind of some undertones that could be interesting of like Polygon Man being so just jealous and upset that Smash Bros did so well when he only got one game.
And the
Okay, now
PlayStation
I'm
only
imagining-
exists because Nintendo fucked them over.
Yeah,
The creator.
there you go. There's
Okay,
some
now I'm
superiority,
imagining-
inferiority complex going on with this matchup.
Now I'm imagining a fight beginning with Master Hand like picking Polygon Man up, like trying to be nice, and then Polygon Man waking up and then immediately deciding that violence is the only solution out of this.
Master Hand is a nice.
Yeah.
But there's,
I mean-
there's a lot of combatants you can bring in, like specific interactions. Like you could have a sword clash between like Raiden and Moth. Just have that going on in the background, you know. You could
Yeah.
have Sackboy get jumped by like Duck Hunt, Game and Watch, and Pichu.
It could be like
you
the
probably have-
scene from.
You could have Cole be sucking out like the bioelectricity from a Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun smaller interactions you can do with this matchup.
Can we have
it-
Sweet Tooth and Captain Falcon like racing in the background?
Yeah, you could have a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff, to be fair.
Is
Oh,
this
yeah.
an army fight?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
You use.
It's
You
every
use
single Smash character versus every single PlayStation All-Star character. Which, I mean, to be fair, PlayStation All-Star is going to be outnumbered pretty badly, but like, you can smudge it a bit.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool stuff you could do. It's a pretty fun one. I will say that Master Hand absolutely stomps.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. They should
Yeah.
have made more games for Polygon Man if they didn't want him to get stomped in a
Even though
hypothetical
That is the
animation in
best
future.
advertisement for PlayStation All Stars 2. Give me another game so I can beat the ass of Master Hand.
To be fair, Polygon Man does have advantages. Like he's way stronger AP wise. You know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
is?
he's got way better. He's got way better AP. Master Hand just kind of has really crap AP. I'm not gonna lie to you. While,
He's just out hacking to hell and back and blitzing.
Yeah, he's way well. Speed's a bit more debatable, but he should be decently fast The main downside for Polygon Man is just Master Hand can make him so slow and so tiny, and he can already make him like take damage before the fights even become, you know. And
If you guys can't tell, that we like this matchup.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I would love
Like,
it.
this
I
is
didn't
my
mean to interrupt you. I
preferred Master Hand.
apologize. I just thought of that.
I don't think there's anyone in the world that is more of an All-Star fan than I am. I still play it every single year since it
Really?
came out. Yes, I fucking love that
I always
game.
want to try it.
I own all
Wow.
the DLC, including all the stupid little fucking... I don't know if anyone remembers, but they had like the little like minion characters that when you get like multiple kills, they'll like dance and shit.
Rabbits.
It's a fun one. This is definitely my preferred for both. We could definitely do better than the 1 minute melee.
Yeah, the 1 minute melee was like solid for what it was, but
No, it wasn't. You just
No,
have
it
to watch
wasn't.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. They
I was trying to
include
be nice.
they include like a Warframe character who Polygon and Man doesn't even have.
Oh my god, bro.
This is my matchup.
Yeah, this is.
I like this
yeah.
thumbnail.
First
Oh,
off,
yeah.
thank you to Advent Cho for the thumbnail. Very well made. I like it a lot.
Hi Advent, if you're watching. Hi Advent. We will.
All right.
Hello.
So, Sub-Zero versus Leonardo is, I feel, a matchup that isn't talked about a lot and isn't anyone's like first instinct comparison. But I like this idea a lot. First off, uses IDW Leonardo specifically. This is basically a matchup of two of the most iconic 90s ninjas, but actually like treats them like with respect to their story as opposed to just being like treating them as their archetype. I think it's really cool because it focuses heavily into like the ninja aspect of both, and I really like that a lot. There's a lot of comparisons between the Lin Kuei and the Hamato clan and their beef with the Foot and the Shirai Ryu clan. And like that's kind of an interesting comparison. Both of these characters are heavily dedicated to like their family and the honor of their ninja clan. I think there's a lot of interesting comparisons to how like Leonardo is afraid of failing his brothers and how Sub-Zero's relationship with his brother and how it all went wrong. I think there's like the interesting comparison about how they were really focused on revenge before they learned to let go and go in a more healthy path before they doomed their entire clan to destruction. I like how they are even trying to repair the damage between the two clans. Like, instead of just being an eternal blood feud, they're like, both of our clans can move on and grow from this. I also just think, like, fight-wise, it'd be, like, absolutely sick. I think comparing their ninja fighting styles would be really cool. I like the idea of this kind of starting as, like, they're, like, having tea in a dojo. And they're like kind of talking, and then it's like, all right, now we must fight. And it'd be like a really cool. I think it'd be really cool to show off how Sub-Zero utilizes all of his ice in conjunction with his martial arts, and Leonardo kind of like playing off of that. I think it'd be really cool. I also think IDW is one of the more violent depictions of TMNT, so it fits in with Mortal Kombat violence pretty well. I like this matchup a lot. It's my favorite Mortal Kombat matchup. Tied for my favorite TMNT matchup with Marcy Donnie. I like this a lot.
Oh,
I think
so
it's
is this
cool.
like the IDW Leonardo specifically, or?
Yeah, IDW.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I
Yeah,
think this
yeah. Like,
would be cool to do. It's definitely a lot of fun you can have with this. Yeah.
like this is one of those matchups where at first I raised an eyebrow at it, but the more I hear about it and the more I think, the more I realize, oh wait, yeah, this just is a perfect matchup for each other. Like,
I love it so
I
much.
really want to be able to do this one at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating a cookie.
Yeah.
How would the fight? What does this Leonardo have? I'm not familiar with IDW Leonardo. In
So
terms
this
of like unique
Leonardo
arsenal.
is primarily just a ninja. He doesn't have like a whole ton of like crazy fantasy powers like some other versions. He can manipulate chi, and he can like strengthen himself with that chi, but it doesn't like give him any new abilities. He has like some resistances, like he can use chi to like resist mind control. But for the most part, he has a lot of ninja tools, and he fights like a ninja, which I think plays off pretty well with how Sub-Zero uses ice in conjunction with his martial prowess and ninja arsenal.
I was gonna say, this Sub-Zero, he just shoots ice, and then he's also a martial artist, right? He doesn't have anything else that's like really crazy. I mean, probably ice clones and stuff.
I mean, he has like ice clones and stuff, but Sub-Zero, I feel like people say like, oh, he needs to fight an ice person, when like really the ice is not like his main thing. He's like he is a ninja, is how all of his, and he uses ice to do better ninja stuff. Like he'll shoot an ice ball, but really all of his ice stuff is to make his ninja stuff more impressive. So it's like
he's got some abilities like I don't know which iteration of Sub-Zero this is, but Sub-Zero is like one of the best.
I think for this iteration we'd probably use like the reboot timeline, not the MK1 one, or either the reboot timeline or the original timeline.
I think there's like some. It'd be tough to decide whether you want to use Midway or NetherRealm more. They are like very similar in both. I think the big difference would be like the deviation between MKX and the later Midway era games, but the Kuai Liang is very similar in both franchises, so it wouldn't be a ton of deviation no matter which one you use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he get the Dragon Amulet in NetherRealm? I think he does.
Yeah. I think in one of his endings and acts he has one.
So
And
yeah,
then-
it'd be like the same arsenal. It would just be like which character would we use, and even then, like their characters are very similar.
Yeah.
I've
It's
never played
borderline
the
the same
reboot game,
character
so
in different scenarios.
Yeah, I think it's a fun matchup. I like it.
I don't know who I got to talk with me about this one, but Brooke versus Lord Raptor.
I think that was.
It slaps so
Yeah,
hard.
I know Paul is a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
Basic Connection. Both undead people who are also very musically talented.
They both like to shred. I'm pretty sure that's the only connection.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because, like, Brooke, like, he's more of a violinist. Like, I'm not too familiar with One Piece, but I don't think he ever, like, busts out any, like, guitars or rock music at any point. Correct.
No,
I mean,
he's more...
a pirate. I mean, he's a pirate, so I don't think he's gonna, like, bust out death metal when playing for Luffy and the crew.
Bro,
Yeah,
Josh can make a hardcore rock sea shanty as a song, and that right now is making me very happy.
And
Oh, yeah.
Brooke, from what I know, I'm not fully caught up with One Piece. I'm past the time skip, but like around like 500-600 episodes, I was like, I'm gonna take like an indefinite break. This is taking a long time to find One Piece. But as far as I know,
look, it's just One Piece. How hard is it to find?
his Devil Fruit doesn't give
1,000
him a
episodes
crazy.
later.
His Devil Fruit doesn't give him a crazy ability, right? Like if he is like turned to fucking ash in this form, he's dead. I don't think he can come back a second time with no body. So I think it's very easy to kill him. I don't think he has a really unique Devil Fruit ability, but I think his main way to attack is the little like sword, right? He's just really, really fast.
Yeah.
And he probably has hockey.
I think he
Probably.
does get some, like, other devil fruit powers after the time skip. Like, I think he can, like, separate his soul from his body and, like, go into, like, a ghost form at some point. But I'm not too familiar with One Piece to really make that. Like, but the way they fight and how the battle goes, or even who wins, isn't the reason why we want this matchup. No, we want this matchup because of the soundtrack and the fact that it could be a really cool musical number.
I mean,
can we make this a three-way with Johnny Napalm from Guitar Hero?
I'm gonna
Is
say
Johnny
yes.
Napalm- I've never played Guitar Hero. Who's Johnny Napalm?
Johnny Napalm's
He-
like a zombie and also the main character in like all of them. He fights
Oh,
the
yeah.
devil. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that
this
makes
time,
sense.
not from the Bible.
Not from the Bible, from punk
The
rock
guitar-
as a concept.
Don't you fight him
He's
while
the
playing The
devil.
Devil Went to Georgia?
Yes, you do. It's very fun.
Oh yeah, it's a fun fight, but yeah.
Oh yeah, if we were to do this matchup, we'd have to have some leitmotifs from Devil Went Down to Georgia. 'Cause-
Hell yeah. Someone needs to make that a thumbnail like stat. Get me a three-way. I would say though that part of the other reason people want this matchup is the fun banter between the two, because one is like kind of, well, I mean, Brooke is a perv, but like that doesn't really come into this fight at all.
No,
But
no.
he's usually very like
Lord
loud
Raptor.
but well spoken, whereas Raptor's like very vulgar and like
Yeah.
more rude. So it's like the interaction between the two would also be entertaining on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the opportunity for Brooke to make skeleton puns in this one.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
keep Paul away from this episode.
This is
Yeah,
one of
this-
his favorites. He's gonna be all on it.
That's why we must force ourselves to do Lord Raptor versus that one fucking guy from Skylanders, Wolfgang.
Dang.
Oh, Robo Kai, because it's Kai Keys. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know
a
that
robot
until just now.
Okay. Hello. To talk about this for a minute. So basically, Robokai versus Claptrap. The idea of this is just they're like the members of what used to be a pretty popular like robot production line in their verse before all being like destroyed in some way. They're treated as kind of like the outcasts within society. Like everyone hates them, you know,
Yeah.
because of their like people hated Robokai because he was a robot, and people hated Claptrap because he was fucking annoying. And then you have
Fair. I hate Claptrap too.
no, you don't. And then
Okay, thank
and
you
then you
for
have they have characters who are like the first Vault Hunters and Venom, who treat them with kindness and they get really attached to them really quickly. That's kind of the main idea of this, is that, you know, used to be kind of these loser robots, I guess, you know? You go on.
I was gonna say I really want to do a Claptrap episode. I don't have a preferred matchup for him, but I do love Claptrap as a character. I can't stand.
Oh,
when
this is
people
my
call
favorite
him
form.
annoying.
This is sick.
I can't stand when people call him annoying because his story is like Borderlands
Sad.
2 doing like the fucking Claptrap's birthday side
Yeah.
quest. The whole time I'm like, I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Robokai kind of has that dynamic as well. In terms of what they're able to do, Robokai has a lot of different weapons he's able to use. He has a sword, a hammer, a mace, a shotgun from his elbow, lasers from his eyes, drills from his knees, a rocket launcher from his calf. Like, he has a bunch. He has
Jesus.
like ways to keep his energy up through like charging pads. He can pull out bazookas. He can transform half of his body into a mechanical horse and charge forward and hold his sword like a lance to try and stab people. He's able to grab people and drain them. He has like his overdrives are like he can gain extra arms and do like a stand barrage on someone.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he attacks with a barrage of punches. And then he uses springs.
Robokai. Yeah, Robokai.
Yeah.
He's like a bit of a gag character within Guilty Gear. So it kind of be like it's basically a gag character. It's basically like a gag shooter character versus a gag fighting game character fighting dynamic.
Anyway, as I was talking about,
Yeah.
he can like to deploy smaller Robokai replicas and self-destruct on top of people. He's able to analyze like how people move and like become immune to that. You know, he has
Yeah.
X-ray vision and hearing. It's really cool. Claptrap just has a shitloads of guns because he is a
He's a Borderlands character.
not just that he's a Borderlands character, because not every Borderlands character is gun shithouse like someone like Handsome Jack. But he is a Vault Hunter. He is one of the characters that you're capable of playing within the pre-sequel, and he's a very important character to that because he's one of the characters essential to like Handsome Jack's creation, which is funny. So he has your regular guns and like your singularity grenades, which can like create singularities, of course. Homing grenades, transfusion grenades, which can like absorb bullets. But his main thing is called Vault Hunter EXE, which basically what it does is it scans everything in the area, right? Teammates, enemies, your health, your ammo count, and it gives you an action based on the criteria, right? You have clap in the box where Claptrap eats a large bomb and blows himself up. Like it's genuinely a suicide move that knocks him down after use. Yeah, it's awesome.
That definitely has to be worked in.
You can do like the fight for your life thing where then you shoot someone and come back.
Yeah, he enters fight for your life when he does it.
Nice.
It's only if the bomb doesn't injure anybody. He goes.
He blows up. He gets a fight for his life, and then he shoots one of the mini Kai clones to come back and continue the fight.
He has. I'll just kind of talk about the more interesting ones. He has pirate ship mode, where he gets a pirate ship hat, gets on top of a mast, and fires 4 cannons, which fires to 1912's Overtune by Tchaikovsky.
Oh my god.
Like it fires to the tempo of the music. He has one-shot wonder, which he puts all of his trigger and loads all ammo left in the magazine at once and knocks Claptrap back. He has a minion trap, which he throws out a little turret Claptrap, which shoots rockets and has assault rifles. He has meat unicycle, where he pulls out a buzzsaw.
What?
Which to like swing at people. He has trap, which he deploys a hollow version of himself and becomes invisible. He has like siren traps. He has med bots, which allow him to heal. He has one of my favorite ones is senseless sacrifice, which he forces himself into fight for your life to revive all other teammates. So that's like obviously supposed to be if everyone's getting screwed, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, just the idea of this is just them being super silly. I'd like to see like Robokai transform, have his like horse and charge towards Claptrap, who's on his pirate ship, firing cannons at him at the same time before they both like crash into each other. You know,
a true knight versus pirate matchup we all deserve.
You have the mini Robokais fighting all the different mini versions of Claptrap. You know.
Yes.
It's really fun. I love this so much. Even as like an outsider looking in a Guilty Gear, from what I know of Robokai, it does him really well as a character, which is kind of something that you need for his matchups. And it does something really well for Claptrap. It doesn't boil him down to ha funny joke character, you know?
Yeah.
It treats his story
the
seriously.
Ha funny joke character is part of the matchup, not the matchup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Obviously, like the idea of this matchup is the fact that they are kind of these silly robotic characters who are kind of treated like shit in the verse. But it's important how like much deeper you can get with them, and like I would love to do this. Claptrap would be so funny to analyze on the show. It is kind of a stomp in Robokai's favor, which means we would have to watch Claptrap die.
Yeah.
I think that's all right. I think people will be okay with that.
We've seen a lot of units die already.
No, I'll be crying when Claptrap is dying, okay?
I think I would also be upset. But, like, you could probably just, like, because, Robokai, one of the things he's able to do is, like mess with tech and, like, brainwash people.
Oh.
You could make the argument, he doesn't do it often. Like, it's not a big main thing, you know?
Okay.
Can he brainwash robots?
Maybe it's weird, you know?
What if the robots are really dumb?
I would really like the end of the fight just to be Claptrap's bomb versus like the bomb when he eats the bomb and explodes versus Robokai self-destruct. And we just have a big explosion and we don't know who wins until the dust settles.
Does Robokai come back from his own explosions?
He's currently a floating head in Strive, a part of Venom's moveset.
So, not really.
Kind of.
Oh, so the final shot of the fight would literally just be Robokai's head, like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, let me send a GIF of what Robokai looks like right now. It's
He'd just
really
be Scaramouche.
Actually, that would be a crazy ending to the fight. That'd be a crazy ending. They both use their explosion moves on each other. He's just the head, and Claptrap is in Last Stand.
Yeah.
So he has found some kind of a body at the very least.
I mean, yeah, Venom's not really gonna let him go without a body. He cares too much for him.
Yeah, but like he didn't build that himself. Venom had to put that body on him.
Yeah.
The only thing that survived was the head.
So I think it'd be funny for the last shot to be the head. I don't know. It's a really funny battle where you get to play off of their comedical natures, but also their kind of purposes within their verses. You know, they're not supposed to be these important characters. You know, Claptrap was never meant to be this important figure who was the helping factor in creating Handsome Jack. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of like thrown together and then just pushed out of the production line. And then they just wrong place, wrong time, or right place, right time. And then they just became like some of the most important characters in the lore.
If we were gonna do a matchup like with Borderlands, I feel like this is the one we should do. I would love to write
100%
this.
down.
Oh
The
yeah.
comedic.
Yeah, I am really down. I'd love to do Handsome Jack versus Zinsmar, the one guy from Saints
Versus
Row.
Zim from Invader Zim.
No, we already have a Zim matchup. Come on, but
He can
yeah.
come
So, I like the idea of Handsome Jack versus Alien from Saints Row 4 guy, but this is definitely one I'm far more interested in. This sounds really fun.
Oh yeah, like 10 out of 10 from me. I love this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Nightmare.
this is an interesting one.
That's Nightmare. I think.
Anyone here know Soul Calibur lore?
So I get why this is a thing.
I
Okay,
do
cool.
too.
All right, Sherm, take the lead.
So they are both final bosses in video games. There you go. That's
Uh-huh.
one connection. Note that one down.
Write that one down. Write that down.
Alright, they are originally decent people that are slowly being corrupted by a powerful artifact, the Skull Heart and Soul Edge.
Soul Edge, yeah.
Yeah, Soul Edge.
Soul Edge and the Skull Heart both seek nothing but destruction, as far as I'm aware. Soul Edge will just like kind of corrupt you straight up without any kind of trickery. Like it's just kind of labeled on it like, "Hey, cool sword, but will corrupt you." The Skull Heart is kind of more of like an evil monkey paw genie, where like it'll grant you a wish, but the wish will actually be twisted in a way that causes a lot of destruction, and also it will then possess you to become a master who is currently destroying stuff. I think the contrast is that like Marie is currently like resisting the corruption for the most part, which is why like it's not actively destroying the world, versus Nightmare is currently trying to do that. I think
Yeah.
like
It's important to note that
aesthetically, it's pretty
Nightmare is not tied to Siegfried anymore. The body you see for Nightmare is just its own construct at this point.
no.
Yeah,
That makes the
Marie
matchup make even less sense.
Marie
Yeah,
is
and
also
Marie-
not her actual body either.
Oh really?
Yeah, like-
No.
She's also disconnected in her DLC ending. She also only she separates herself from the Skull Heart and only has a small fraction of it inside to keep her body alive. So they both
So
kind of
is the
escape,
Skull
but-
Heart now its own character as well, or is it also?
the Skull
Well, the
Heart is
Skull
the
Heart
energy that makes up her body, right? That skeleton body thing and everything attached to it is just energy from the Skull Heart.
So yeah, presumably the Skull Heart would resurrect a new Skull Girl for its host, while Marie is just kind of doing her own thing with what fraction of the power is left in her system.
Oh
So
yeah,
if
the
we
DLC.
were to do this matchup,
Yeah.
I imagine we would have to use the Marie that has the full Skull Heart, because that's like the thematic reason this matchup exists.
Yeah,
As well as
yeah.
That's the version Marie. That's the final boss.
Yeah.
Nightmare. What would we use? Like current Nightmare, where it's its own thing, or would we use Siegfried Nightmare?
Siegfried Nightmare only existed for like 2 games, so because
Only
as
2
soon
games. That's no
Soul
time at all.
Calibur
Only
Soul
2
Calibur
games.
3 really separates them, and then Siegfried becomes the guy who wields the Soul Calibur, which is the antithesis to the Soul Edge, which is why in the 4th game that had like the Star Wars characters in it for some reason.
remember that.
They're directly like facing off. He's got like the crystal blade that's like formed all around. That's like the antithesis to the Soul Edge, and it bonded to Siegfried because of his relationship to Soul Edge in the first place. And they're both there destroying the Soul Edge. But then you get into the point of Soul Calibur is technically also just a piece of Soul Edge. It's a little complicated.
I will say it sounds like I've been kind of dismissive of this matchup, but that's mostly just because I'm trying to understand it more. I think like from a surface level perspective and from like vibes wise, I do kind of like it. I do think this does seem kind of cool.
I do like it.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite Nightmare matchup. The only one I've really seen around other than Guts, but that's past its prime. Is
Yeah.
I think there's Nightmare versus like,
Majora.
Sauron, which is like fine, but like
Yeah.
not for the best for Sauron by any stretch of the imagination.
I thought
There's
it was
also-
Nightmare versus Lich
There's
King.
also Nightmare versus the Collector, I
Nightmare
guess.
versus Lich King is cool.
Oh wait,
I do like that
Skull,
one.
Skull Kid. Skull Kid was the match.
Yeah. Skull Kid is a popular matchup for Nightmare, and I do like that one. Although Collector's
I know.
obviously a tough one to beat.
Yeah.
At least for us, some of us.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
say.
But for Marie, I do like this matchup, but considering that the Skullheart can like revive hordes of undead, I was kind of hoping for Marie to have like an army fight just to kind of utilize like the scale of it,
Bro, Marie can go crazy in a fight. Yeah, but Nightmare's
Oh,
also
yeah.
known for taking on hordes. Just think of the Soul Calibur 3 opening when he's just swinging and everyone's just falling around him.
That is a very fair point. That would be really cool to see.
Cool. That would be cool. Some no, it'd literally be like that one fucking Vader comic where it's like, you're surrounded. Oh, I'm surrounded by his fear and dead men. That could be a cool ass scene to have. And then he's
Before-
just
Nightmare versus Vader also a matchup?
yeah, actually.
So
yeah.
guess it's
I
a
want to
Siegfried
actually ask.
matchup.
I want to actually ask because the popular Darth Vader one is Lich King. Just quick thoughts: is that good or no?
I like
I
it.
think it makes a lot of sense. It's cool.
It
I
works.
vibe with it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I vibe with it. I'd be down. Oh, okay.
How'd
This-
this get in here?
I just want to point out that
This isn't a
I
fighting
told
game
people that they can't use they have to use characters not if they're in a fighting game, but if they come from a fighting game. And Dark Lord told me that this is specifically MVC3 Virgil versus Super Smash Bros. Brawl Meta Knight, and that's the
This
record
is
I got.
very
So
I was making
I
this matchup. I would
Only
use
guys'
like
appearances
their box
within
on
the
the
game.
selection screen for the thumbnail.
Yeah. Okay, this has actually been a pretty popular joke matchup that's been around for like ages. I'm surprised none of y'all have heard of it when I suggested the matchup, but
Oh,
like,
I knew about it.
oh, I've heard of this.
yeah.
I just don't care.
I have not.
Okay, buddy. But this is a really funny matchup because it's basically just like the fucking bullshit, the most bullshit top tiers in all of fighting games, and we're just making them fight against each other. We are including every single mechanic from both like Smash Brawl and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And it's just really funny because you'd be analyzing shit like how many invincibility frames do each of them have with each of their moves? How much startup do they have? How much of the screen are they covering up? What's their aerial game? We're comparing specifically like how their move sets, like not like characters. We're not talking about like Kirby or Devil May Cry. We are talking about Marvel vs. Capcom and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Actually, for this matchup, I'd also love if it was just like equal stats. No stats are taken into account except for specifically what is used within a match of Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I find this matchup so dumb, and the fact it works as well as it does is so funny to me. I'd fucking love to do this matchup. And like if we were to do it, I'd love it if we could get in contact with like a bunch of like big names from the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Super Smash Bros. Brawl competitive scenes in order to like ask them about like how each character works, and like maybe even have them make cameos in the analyses for both, where they can like talk about like why they're so busted, because like Meta Knight is so like his like multiple like his ability to fly is so busted. He can like unironically fly underneath the map in order to avoid characters from like hitting him. And like I think this matchup would be so funny to have. Like, yeah, I just find this matchup so fascinating because you get to analyze like very specifically the fighting games. So this is not just like a matchup featuring fighting games. This is a fight of fighting games themselves in order to analyze like how good are they.
In a way, this is the most fighting game matchup on the list.
Exactly.
So here's the biggest question: you want all the mechanics included?
All mechanics. We got like
so we're talking. We're talking. This is how the fight's gonna end. Okay. Meta Knight's gonna be flying. He goes under the stage, hits the other side. Meta Knight starts rushing. Virgil's like, I'm done with this shit. X Factor. Meta Knight is faster though. He tries to deal the final hit, and what happens? He trips. And Virgil gets the final hit.
So fucking funny.
Here's my question. They have completely different win conditions, because Virgil's win condition would be to knock Meta Knight off stage, whereas Meta Knight's win condition is just to deal enough damage to lower Virgil's health bar. Because Meta Knight doesn't have a
unless
health
we're
bar.
Playing on stamina mode.
Yeah, I think that you'd kind of like you take this as you take both of their game mechanics as literally as humanly possible in this fight. Everything is taken into account here, and I find it so funny and it's so cool. It's just I love it. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. If I was more into fight, I would genuinely be pushing for this matchup to happen on the show. I actually still would really love to have this matchup on the show. I think it'd be so funny and so cool because it would kind of be a celebration of fighting games itself, because we're just talking about like very technical fighting game stuff. Like, again, you'd be talking about like how many invincibility frames or startup each of their moves have, or like how good their aerial game is and stuff like that. It's so cool. There's so much to talk about with this matchup. I get it's kind of a joke matchup, but even then, it's still a really cool matchup. It's so fun. It's so fun.
What happens if Meta Knight knocks Virgil off stage and he doesn't have any recovery?
I think we'd probably just do it where like Virgil would just teleport back to like the stage.
Does that count as BFR? Like if he just is falling forever?
Maybe.
Game.
Discuss this if this episode happened.
It's game with a question mark.
If I didn't really want to do Virgil versus Sesshomaru, then I would be down to do this one.
I mean, these are two different characters, to be fair.
Yeah, we technically are not analyzing Virgil from Devil May Cry. We're analyzing Virgil from Marvel vs. Capcom.
We are analyzing Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I understand.
Okay, so this would be very interesting to cover. I would like to do this down the road after we cover both of their actual game counterparts first.
We gotta do Meta Knight versus Schizo Ouija.
Meta Knight versus Schizo
Oh no,
Ouija.
we gotta do Riku from we gotta do Riku.
Oh my gosh, not that one again.
Yes, we're bringing it back. Oh hell yeah, Persona. Fuck yeah, baby.
Is Dark Lord quiet, or is it just me?
Huh?
Is Dark Lord quiet, or is it just me?
No,
he sounds fine to me.
I've turned Dark Lord down to 60% at some point. I don't know why I did that.
Sherm said you're 60% of a man. How do you feel about that?
Damn.
Oh my god.
Shame.
You know where I live. Calm down.
This one, that's neither here nor there. This one, pretty obvious to understand. They both wear red. They are both females. I got nothing. No, they both fight with fans. One of them is a ninja, and the other one is a high school girl. So,
which are basically ninjas.
Ninjas.
High school girls, they will stalk you in order to find out any drama.
Yukiko has a persona, obviously. I don't think mine.
Yeah, she has a persona. Her persona specifically it specializes in fire and healing attacks and healing from what I
Yeah,
remember.
so the more connections is that they are both female fighters that both use fans and fire in conjunction with their attacks. And they both kind of have the flower motif going too. So this is vibe the matchup.
I think it has a Brandon Yates track, if I remember correctly.
Does it?
I think,
Oh.
I think it does, actually.
Yeah, like
Cherry Blossom Fire Dance.
That's
Huh.
crazy.
That is a very that is very non-descriptive.
all right. Well, like I'm not too familiar with Mai Shinui's background, but like so I don't know if there are any like character connections that really strengthen it. But
I think it's just they have a very specific fighting style, and they both have it.
yeah.
Well, they both have connections to their families, but it's Maya's is like
They both have families.
revenge. Maya's whole connection is her lineage to be a Kunoichi, with her like her family, were all like ninjas like she was, and she's on a route for revenge because of someone that died. I can't remember who, but Yukiko's is more like I really don't want to be the head of this salon, or not salon, the spa house or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her main goal. Well, that's the reason behind like her being like as on edge as she is. She doesn't want to do it, but then like the events of Persona 4 happen where like she kind of accepts the fact that she's got to do that. Yeah.
What does Mai Shiranui do to the omnipotent orb?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Oh.
Fucking solves
Okay,
it.
look,
You don't need the whole sentence. I think it could just be, what does Mai Shiranui do? That's the whole question.
That's kind of the thing with most Persona matchups. It's like all of them are like 7D to outer versal. It's kind of like at some point you gotta accept these matchups are going to be stomps. Literally for matchups where it's kind of like the series has like grounded characters, they're like normal people. Yet the scaling and abilities they get is like they're like multiversal, measurable. So like their matchups are always like stomps. I just got around to calling it the Persona problem, where it's kind of like every single matchup Persona has, they're stomps.
Just wait till we get to you versus that Digimon Pro Tag. Let's go.
Oh my god, Yu's gonna win. Trust me. You do not know how hard I'm gonna fight for my fucking Chad boy Yu to win that matchup. Okay, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know this matchup.
All right, so let's tone it down to a hiding game matchup that's a bit more debatable. Trish Una from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus Rock Howard from Fatal Fury. And the connection between this one are that both are the heirs to famous gangsters who at some point are separated from their families. Rock because his dad got thrown off a building, and Trish because she was part of a one-night stand type of deal. And both of them do have kind of grow up without their influence of their mafia families, and then later on down the life it gets complicated with them, with Rock having to come to terms with being the next heir to Geese Howard potentially, and dealing with the trauma with that and finding his mother, and Trish literally being hunted down by his father in order to destroy any resemblance to his past before his life as a mafia boss to protect his identity. So I like the thematic, and fight-wise, I think it is a lot more even than you'd think, because I know JoJo's can get some pretty high numbers, but Trish is relatively an inexperienced stand user. She only has like one main fight, and even then, like her own stand is kind of like talking her through it. So if Rock being kind of like on the higher end of Fatal Fury and Trish being on the lower end of JoJo's, there's actually a bit of debatability you can have against these two.
Does Trish survive the events of JoJo's?
Yes, she does.
That was a trick question because the world gets reset in part 6. Boom. Fucking fake fan.
Okay, so everything gets reset exactly
Technically-
how it is except for the fates of like part 6. So
Yeah.
like in the extended universe outside of like the Part 6 ending, we do see characters like Rohan acting exactly the same, so there's no reason why the Part 5 characters would be affected. Fake fan confirmed. Get out of here.
Also, you asked if she survives the event. You asked if she survives the events of Part 5, not JoJo as a whole.
No, I did not. I did not ask that. I said
We
the
all
events
die
of
one day,
JoJo's.
Clem. We all die one day.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna die in any minute now.
I'm sorry about that, Saul. We're doing our best
You
here.
can die any minute. You never know when a piano.
You never
is-
know. You never
is
know.
gonna when a piano
I
is
do, in
dangling,
general,
being carried
vibe
inside
with-
the building, and then the guy lets go of it, and then you get crushed by it. You never know when that's gonna
What is
happen.
Dark Lord on about now?
I don't know.
Beautiful
I don't know.
picture,
Get
Jafar.
crushed by a
Anyway,
piano.
about the matchup, I think JoJo's, especially close range stands, go with fighting games pretty well. Just like, can Roxy ghosts?
I don't know.
Oh, that shut him up.
I mean,
So
it doesn't
that
really
might be a
come up.
problem.
In
And the way
Fatal
a
Fury.
stand brawling with someone that's just real strong is a cool image. If they can't see ghosts, that might that might make Rock's strategy a bit tricky.
Couldn't she just turn rock to rubber?
Can she
No,
turn people into soft things, or is it just?
No, it's only
material?
inanimate objects that her ability works on.
Yeah,
But
it's
still,
been-
it could be used for some unique stuff like Rock throwing out a punch, but her pulling up a rubber from the ground and maybe like bouncing it back like a flipping trampoline. I think the main thing for Rock right now is that he gets similar scaling to like Geese and Terry in the Fatal Frame timeline. So he's kind of like in the upper end and even has like a dark mode that he can tap into. So like, yeah, Trish has a bunch of the advantages of a stand user that he can't see him, so it'd be harder to detect. But she's also very inexperienced, so you could make a good case for either of them. So I think part of the one is just how debatable it is, along with how the strong theming connections with them being like estranged mafia heirs.
That seems. Why are there chains and flowers?
Trish likes flowers,
And
and
Rock likes chains.
chains are cool as shit. Okay, shut up.
And it's a kind of symbolic about how they're chained to their family legacies.
Are you making that shit up on the fly? I swear, I feel like that's something you were like, I just thought of this right now.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I found this thumbnail online. Okay? It doesn't make it any less cool of a connection, okay?
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's cool.
Some of the
Yeah.
best things have been made in Crunch.
We got
Ah.
Guile
Okay.
versus
Who here knows G.I. Joe lore?
the
Okay,
person who commented this. Hopefully, Saul.
I know
Stall me
Guile
for
a little
time.
bit.
I know Guile.
Guile's
Who's-
cool.
I saw a
like
live
Guile.
action thumbnail for this, by the way, where it had like the live action Guile, and I was like, I'm not that mean.
I think
Oh.
they're both very patriotic, both very American.
Honestly, like,
fuck yeah.
Kristen, I know you said that you didn't want to be mean, but I actually think with the way they portrayed Guile in the movie, they'd have more connections with the Street Fighter movie Guile, because they really do. That movie really does lean in and wanted to be more like a G.I. Joe adventure movie.
So here's the connections and the conversation that they posted. They said they are two all-American military leaders tasked with taking down terrorist organizations Shadow and Cobra. During the 90s, Street Fighter went through a transitional period where Guile became the series protagonist, as seen in the movies and related media. The shift was directly influenced by G.I. Joe. The connection carried over to the cartoons, toys, and more. The toys in particular were reskinned G.I. Joe figures, painted over and repurposed. Whole characters were altered. For example, Ken received the last name Masters as a nod to the Ken doll. This influence is still alive today with multiple comic crossovers and series based around it. It may not be as big as Marvel vs. DC, but this is what I call a Forgotten Legacy match. Also, if you
This
prefer
does make
Stroheim
sense.
versus Guile, just use Charlie Nash. It makes more sense.
I do wonder the fight dynamic because Guile punches and Duke shoots a gun.
Yeah, I mean,
the
Guile also
fight
has, like-
dynamic is that Guile would actually no. Guile's a zoner, so like
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
actually have the arranged fight.
He has his
So-
cycle.
Bullets
so-
versus
Gunfight.
sonic booms.
It's 100% just a gunfight, except he's only using sonic booms.
Okay, this bullet's gonna hit for sure. Sonic boom.
God darn it! This move's so cheap. Stop spamming. No.
Also, Duke is not a stranger to
It's the
throwing
American way.
hands. He has fought fucking that ninja dude hand to hand before and still held his
I guess
own.
that's fair.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I feel like this could be another cool Street Fear tier fight where it's more about strategies and analyzing how they interact in fights rather than like, you know, big feat comparisons. Like, I know we've been kind of memeing on it for a little, but unironically, I would love to have this on. Like, it seems like solid. I'm not familiar with G.I. Joe, so I can't really like vouch for it personally.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that
you said
Joe
you
would-
said the word street tier, and Deku came up to my window and asked if he could fight them, and I had to tell him no. I'm sorry about that.
Deku, get out of here! We have the restraining order.
Is that meme dead yet? I hope it is.
It's
I'm-
coming
I mean,
back
it's
with
been dead
Maka.
for a while.
It's coming back with Maka.
That's so stupid.
It's based on-
We can bully street tiers together.
I think this one's cool though. There's not
Now,
much
this
to
is-
say because they don't do much. They both throw hands. One throws sonic booms and big flip kicks, and one has a bunch of different guns and potentially vehicles that Guile could probably just punch through.
I mean,
I think that this
Guile was
matchup
from the
is
military,
cool.
and he probably has a few gun experience with guns too. So we could have him sling guns at each other at one point.
I think Guile has as much experience with guns as Captain America does, where it's just like, yeah, sure, but why would he? If
Yeah,
he's,
I
like,
literally
faster
throw
than one.
solar booms. Yeah.
I just meant for
I
the
am strong
animation,
enough
like it wouldn't be
to
a
punch
factor.
a sonic boom into existence. Why the fuck would I use a 44 Magnum?
We
Also,
give him
does-
the
That
gun
is
from
very
the movie
fair.
with like torpedoes on it.
Does Guile not have eyebrows?
No, he's Super
Oh
Saiyan
shit, you're
3
right.
style.
Oh.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
went Super Saiyan 3 and he hasn't left it.
Hey, I like this one.
Explain.
Alright, so The Miz from WWE. To explain it in a sentence, The Miz is just Johnny Cage. He is in the WWE, he is like an actor who is like does a bunch of movies, and he comes into WWE to win. And like he does win. He has won championships. And it's just really funny because he has the exact same attitude and demeanor as Johnny Cage. And I think Johnny Cage works so well in a WWE context because his powers are just like fight good. So we just have like these two people with like the exact same personality, just like making fun of each other and making like cheesy one-liners and then getting into a brawl. And it's just, it's so fun. This like, The Miz is so personality-wise the same as Johnny Cage. And is, in my opinion, just genuinely a very funny like person WWE. Like, I know we talk about like how some characters have good smack talk, but like Miz is just funny even outside the smack talk. I think Miz versus Johnny Cage would be just so fun.
Johnny
Yeah,
Cage, punchy boy,
Okay.
cover your dick,
I only have
throws
one
balls.
question. Yeah, I only have one question. How would The Miz react to Johnny Cage punching him in the balls?
Probably the same way as everyone else reacts to getting punched in the balls. A
Fair
couple
point, fair
seconds
point.
of confusion.
Very badly.
And then, I mean, Miz does fight dirty a lot, so it would just be like, oh no, it tasted my own medicine.
Like, oh, who would do this?
Is Miz just a wrestler? Like,
Define just a wrestler.
like, does he just wrestle? Does he have like crazy shit? Like some people like making you live your nightmares and shit like that. Like, does he have any?
He is primarily just a wrestler. He is a really, really strong guy. He is a superhumanly strong guy, but he does like just wrestle. But
So
like Johnny
kinda-
Cage's most like esoteric, super powerful magic attack is he throws a small green sphere that is weaker than any of his physical attacks. Like Johnny Cage would be like one of the most grounded characters in WWE.
Yeah. Like, all of Johnny Cage's supernatural stuff is, like, specifically for killing gods. ironically does not help when facing just a guy.
Yeah. I think
don't
this is
know
just
enough
like,
about
I think it
Mortal
would have
Kombat.
good choreography. I think this would be hilarious. I'm pushing for it.
Honestly, I'd be down.
Super
And they
fun.
look like
definitely
the
a
same
good-
person. Hey.
That people wanted Miz to play Johnny Cage. There was like a whole thing, but then they picked a different guy. But they're like, he should definitely play Johnny Cage in the sequel. Everyone was saying that.
Yeah.
I almost said the acting list is crazy. I'm thinking of the Street Fighter movie that has a crazy acting list.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Third
I can-
Master Hand matchup.
I can
Do
talk
I
about-
hear a fourth?
No.
Does
I can
anyone like
talk
this?
about- No, but I
Welcome
can talk
back,
about
Saul.
it at least.
'Cause I don't like it either.
Okay, finally we
No.
can. Finally, Saul can talk about Dead by Daylight.
Okay. So basically, for those who don't really know, because the entity is really weird, this is the Dead by Daylight entity, kind of the overseeing god of Dead by Daylight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Brings people into the games, loves to have fun with them, etc., etc. Very powerful. This is another one where you can have the army fight, I guess, because of all of the killers that the entity can bring in.
Mm-hmm.
The entity is weird because it doesn't really have a physical, right?
Wait, is that
Wait,
not it?
No, that's not it. That's fan art.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of usually represented by a bunch of claws because its actual physical form is made out of pure consciousness and is like it's both living consciousness and also the entire realm of Dead by Daylight, right?
So
like,
it is the everything in the game is technically part of the entity except the people.
Yeah, apart from the people, yes, everything is made out of the entity itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
The
do you
entity can do. Yeah, it's weird to describe how you fight the entity because it can do a bunch of stuff, right? Like the rules of like trying to fight against the rules of the entity's games is like really difficult, you know.
Yeah.
It can like manipulate your emotions because it's the entire thing is that it feeds on strong emotions. So if you can cause strong emotions, because obviously like it's not gonna get fucking emotions out of Michael Myers, right?
No.
But Michael Myers will cause great emotion in people. That's kind of the whole deal with the entity.
Are the killers also part of the entity? Like, are they? Is it Michael Myers?
No,
or
they
is
are
it the
themselves.
entity?
No, the
They are
killers
themselves.
they are not part of the entity. They were dragged into the entity by the entity itself in order to cause emotion within the survivors. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, the entity kind
Okay.
of really was them in multiple different ways. Like, killers like the spirit was granted like revenge and stuff being in the entity's game. Vecna entered the entity's realm by choice to learn about the entity and then got fucked over because he got like the entity has a mark thingy, the mark of negation, which power nullifies you, which is what was given to Vecna as soon as he entered the realm.
That's fucked up.
Damn.
I think that this matchup is fundamentally flawed.
Yeah.
It's kind of
like the initial concept of haha funny villain crossover roster versus funny video game crossover roster. It's just like they don't function the same within their games. There's a huge tonal clash. And they can't really interact in a meaningful way. And it's just like I think the interaction would just be like the entity wins by like out-haxing Master Hand or Master Hand just escapes. Like that's just like
the entity just
don't.
eats Master Hand. That's the fight
Yeah.
dynamic.
The worst part about this is that Sadako completely stomps. Basically,
Yeah.
so basically, most of the killers who are dragged into like you might be thinking, oh no, Vecna, oh no, Dracula, for example, but they aren't actually like it's debatable to see if they're fully canon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like it's taken like a version of themselves, and for people like Dracula, they get stuff about his story wrong in his bio, right? No, that is just Sadako. Like the Ring has extensive collaborations with the DBD team, and the original creators of the ring itself was like very much involved, and the crossover between Sadako and the Dead by Daylight team is considered canon for both.
I will say, even the
gotta
army.
I do gotta say, it's kind of funny that the Metal Sonic of this fight is fucking Sadako. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind
of. Well, I mean, Vecna would just scale above Sadako in the lore of Dead by Daylight.
Not really.
I mean,
it's not really clear.
yeah, but like,
Isn't
as
it
Paul
like
said,
Vecna and Sadako? Like Vecna doesn't have any of his canon scaling, but he's the only guy in Dead by Daylight that could overpower the entity. And
We
was
don't
thus
know.
Given a seal.
We don't know if he could overpower the entity. He just kind of thought he could wander in there and just do things, you know. I
he
think
just
it was
Okay.
just
I
kind
think
of
this-
appeared one day and started doing
But
his
there's,
own
but, there's,
thing.
but there's also the argument of like Freddy, like pedophile remake Freddy got his powers nullified. Like, is pedophile remake Freddy more powerful than Sadako?
Well, I
yeah,
think
like,
the
I-
difference being like
His powers to
Vec-
touch
and
minds
he
have
could just
been
like
removed.
fundamentally warp Freddy, but Vecna had to get like a specific seal.
It's literally no,
To
but
me,
it's,
feels more deliberate.
it's literally stated in the law that the entity took away like Freddy's power.
But
It
yeah,
took
but he
away-
didn't just take away. He couldn't take away Vecna's powers. He had to use a seal.
I think trying to put Vecna over is weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair
Trying
enough.
to put Vecna over.
My biggest
Yeah,
issue
but still.
with any of it, so like Mojojojo had asked, is it like the Smash Cast? Is it Ant versus the Killers? Or is it just them? Either way, I don't know how you would kill the entity. Or how Master Hand would
I don't think the
interact
army
with
fight's
it.
even that good because like there's very few Smash characters that tonally fit in a fight with Freddy Krueger and Pinhead.
In fact,
And like, I don't want to see Marth
Now
getting like
just
torn apart
imagining
by
Mario
chains.
going like, "Wahoo! I can't wait to it," and then he just gets like fucking stabbed in the face by Michael Myers.
Yeah, like that's
issue-
not. I don't want to see that.
Mario would
Yeah.
solo Michael Myers. What?
The
And that's
issue,
not very fun either. I don't want to see Kirby just like steamroll the whole roster just because a little funny.
the issue is like,
Luigi would 100% suck up Sadako within the Poltergeist watch.
the issue here is like if you have like non-physical interaction or like universal destruction, you can harm the entity, but Master Hand has none of that.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
best thing about this matchup is whoever made this thumbnail did a pretty good job. I think I really like the contrast of.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I really wanted to change it while he was talking about the thumbnail. I thought that would have been the best timing.
That's fine. Okay. So this is,
well, I mean, this is a pretty good thumbnail as well. Like, just saying.
this is Titan Shang specifically the Titan version, versus Moro from Dragon.
What does
So-
Titan mean in terms of Shang Tsung?
He
He's
Uh,
basically the god of time within his own universe. Within an alt universe, because like the main plot of Mortal Kombat 1 is it's kind of like the universe got reset by Liu Kang because of the events of MK11 when Liu Kang became the Titan of his own world. But every single arcade mode in MK11, where all the other characters could win and become Titans, that's also canon, but they're in their own alt universes. And this Shang Tsung is the one that became a Titan within his own universe and is now trying to like take over other universes in order to try and rule everything.
That
That is also the
explanation
reason
made me
why
want to
most
bash
of,
my head into a keyboard.
This is why
Yeah.
most
I mean,
MK1,
Dark just took over explaining the matchup for me, but
Yeah.
like to talk
Yeah,
about
it's
the
Saul's
matchup,
matchup. Let's Saul
Yeah.
talk.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back.
I do
to
actually want to
about-
talk about my matchup, the one that I submit. But like the idea of this is that, like the general kind of idea is that they are powerful, cunning, manipulative sorcerers who have a constant need to want to consume other life forms to like sustain their own, along with making them stronger in the process. The idea of this, like the fight is like there's multiple phases to it, right? So you have the cool Dragon Ball and Mortal Kombat hand-to-hand fighting, right? The next stage of it is the kind of like their abilities, right? Moro's like power draining his multiple bodies that he has going on. Well, Shang Tsung has like, his giant fire snake and all these abilities. And then the final stage is like them bringing in their armies. So Moro using his like, his crew and his like, I don't really know how they describe it, but like his forces versus the portals and the alliances that Shang Tsung can just bring in. It's really cool. I really like it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, with all the Mortal Kombat matches we've had where we had to specify not the MK1 version, not the MK1 version, it actually is really cool to see, like, one where it's like, yes, with the Mortal Kombat 1 version, and
So
have
I
it
hate
be
to
an
tell you
actual...
this still isn't the MK1 version. He just
It is.
invades MK1. The MK1
Oh, yeah.
version of Shang Tsung is a different guy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it is technically the MK1.
Darn
Yeah.
it!
Like, I know what you're saying.
But yeah,
I,
but,
I
like,
get it too, but it is no. I think Zoro's right. You would still call it the MK1. Shake
Yeah,
Like-
I think it's
the-
cool.
point is, we're actually including things from Mortal Kombat 1 in this fight.
Yeah,
And that's really cool, because not many things from Mortal Kombat 1 can be included for them. So, yeah, I really am a fan of this one.
the fight is cool because you can have them like throwing hand to hand against each other, only to use them and like some of their different powers during the hand to hand to throw each other off. Getting to their tricky nature.
I have a hard time liking this one personally. Just because I think my biggest issue is I think Shang Tsung's hacks of being like a titan beyond space and time are just so much better than Moro's that like the fight's over as soon as he just like tries.
I wouldn't say that personally because like Shang, like he's powerful in law and stuff, but like dynamically he doesn't do a lot when he's doing a lot of his like. It is mainly his hand to hand and the powers that he would already have,
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
But it's just like
Can you
It's
also
not
absorb
like
his
he-
power?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
also true.
Like, he does have, like, world-bending powers, but there's an art... Like, it's not like he can just walk into someone else's universe and start just, like, changing reality there. Like,
Yeah, I
actually
think
can.
kind of
No,
has
no.
to, like, defeat their world's Titan in order to, like, gain domain
Yeah,
over
Dragon Ball
that.
doesn't
So-
have a titan, so it would have no resistance.
No, but I get like again, but also more like in terms of power. Again, just absorb.
Yeah. So, like, it wouldn't be as much as I step in your reality and I win as I think you're making it out to be.
Yeah, I think
but...
it just kind of really just over exaggerated to a certain extent.
Hey, don't
You're
come
being a
at me.
hater.
I'm just bringing up my honest thoughts. I'm not trying to come in and be like, "Oh, this is the worst matchup ever." I'm just
Oh,
trying
I
to say why
wasn't
it doesn't
accusing you
click
of
with
hate.
me.
Sure comes in. He's like, "This sucks, and you suck."
This
It's like,
actually
ooh.
sucks, and you should be ashamed of yourself for bringing this to the table. I think, No. I think this matchup like is fine. It makes sense. I'm just trying to say why I have a hard time with it personally.
He just doesn't like
Yeah,
it because he's a Moro versus T-Rex laser. Be honest.
Yeah.
I make out with my Moro versus T-Rex body pillow every night.
Get out.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
All right.
Into it.
All right. We got
Okay,
it.
okay.
Is this the last one? I don't
Is
remember
it?
if this is the last one.
Wait, no, it's not the
We
last
should have
one. We haven't
one
gotten around
more.
to my third submission yet.
Oh, okay. Ragnar versus Velvet. We could probably make this quick.
Okay, fine.
Bye, Saul.
Bye, Saul.
Alright.
We could probably make this quick. Because I doubt many of you know who Velvet is. But they're
I think
both.
Rag- Cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah. I like
Well, I'm sure
Ragnar.
I'm sure people know who Ragna is. She's Dragon Blood. She's got a little blade that can turn into a scythe. He's
Yep,
got a
became a
hand.
Death Battle YouTuber and dyed his hair pink, purple. But
Get
yeah.
out of here! Get out of here!
Get out, you're fired.
Oh, excuse me.
Mm,
Velvet Crow has a
Yeah.
similar thing. Her arm is like a demonic arm. She can consume things and learn their powers. So she has like a bunch of elemental powers and magic because of it. She can consume monsters to up her AP and her health and all that kind of shit. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about Velvet as a character. I only looked into this for a scrapped video I was working on for the champions ballot submissions, like ranking them. So I know a couple things about her, like just her move set. And I'm looking at the comic.
This is a pitched matchup, so we will talk about eventually on the fan battle cast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I think I'm actually
messaged.
debating for Ragna in that matchup.
I messaged.
I believe I'm debating for Ragna there.
I messaged the pitcher John Frost before this because I've talked to him a few times and like hoping he would get back to me like, hey, specifically, what do you think is cool about this matchup? But I did that earlier today and he has yet to respond. Yeah.
I know personality-wise, Velvet is a bit more abrasive and is seen as like one of the more, with lack of better term, one of the more edgier Tales protagonists, which kind of fits Ragna's kind of more gruff and more like, what am I looking at personality of like just being done with everyone's crap surrounding him in Blaze Blue. So I don't know much about Velvet, but I am a fan of the matchup. Like, especially if like Ragna's previous outing in Death Battle, I would love for him to come back again, just to be done a little justice.
I do think this
You know,
is cool.
something I noticed about this matchup, a lot of the people who are into it are like, yeah, I don't really know Velvet, but I really like Ragna. I want him to come back, and I think this matchup's really cool. Like, that's just something I noticed.
It vibes.
From what I
mean,
know,
it
they
is
both
kind of
have like a demonic arm that replaced their normal arm that absorbs souls. They got like a cool soul-eating arm.
Yep,
that's cool.
Yeah, like they have a good enough connections, and you know, with Tail scaling and Blaze Blue scaling, you know, Blaze Blue is basically just an RPG that they converted into a fighting game. So I gotta assume that, you know, they both have some good arguments scaling wise. So yeah, I'd like to take a crack at it. Like, I've been meaning to get into some Tales games, and this would be a good excuse to like start playing them.
We're gonna speed run the last few just because it's almost 5:30 already, meaning that we've been going for 2 hours now.
Shit.
We
An hour and a half.
We only have a few left, so.
How much is a few?
3.
Okay, this matchup I can probably go through it really simply. This is My Mask from One Punch Man versus Vega from Street Fighter. It's pretty much two monsters who wear masks and are constantly talk about beauty, and they view things as wrong. They view things that they deem like ugly as being disgusting and wrong. However, their true natures are like far more monstrous than anything that they have deemed ugly. A My Mask, he's actually like a monster hiding underneath like a human mask, and Vega is just like a goddamn psychopath who just hides underneath a mask. So it's kind of cool because then it'd be like it's kind of like a hero versus villain matchup where the monster is the hero and the beautiful human is the monster. It's like the villain. I think that's kind of cool. And from there, it's just kind of like they fight. There's nothing too big about the fight dynamic. I just think the thematics are cool. The connections are fun. And displaying showing a Mask's heroism, even despite his dickish behavior, would be fun to pair against Vega and his like more evil and his more evil and villainous tendencies. Yeah, I don't know. I think this matchup's cool. It's not really that deep, but like it doesn't really need to be that deep. It's kind of just like it's just really fun, you know. It's kind of
I'd be down for this one.
How does my fight real quick? Because Vega, he's jumping around the stage, rolling around, slicing up with his claw, picking up his mask and claw if he gets knocked off. How does a Mai fight?
Okay, so basically he's like mostly, from what I remember, it's basically like he is like a hand-to-hand fighter, but like he has the ability to like remove the mask and like show his like true monstrous form in order to like change and become like stronger. But in doing so, he needs to like embrace his more monstrous behavior. So like for the final part of the fight, you could have it so then like both their masks fall off, and then and then you could have both of them start talking, like Vega saying, "Oh, you're a disgusting monster. You deserve death more than anything else." And my mask has to kind of like, he's right, but even still, I can't let you win, or something like that. It's basically just kind of like a brawl, fist fight, you know.
Does my mask have like issues of like self-doubt and self-hatred or something?
Yeah, that's a big part of his story. He's like he portrays himself as like a confident, beautiful human, but underneath he's actually a monster, and he like despises himself. But in order to win certain fights, he kind of needs to like embrace the monstrous form within himself in order to like get a power boost, in order to like actually beat some people. Like
I've been pretty deep into the K-pop Demon Hunter fan fiction lately, so that you're immediately making me think of Rumi after describing my mask's character.
When fanfic comes
but
up,
I mean, like,
oh, that was the last one. Meaning I missed some.
Oh, Amori. Let's just talk about Amori for a bit.
Oh yeah, that Amori fighting game that looks pretty peak.
Is this like an Amori battle royale? Is that the matchup we're talking about right now? Because I feel like Amori's got that.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, like, didn't you hear that Amori 2 is like a fighting game? Like, it's crazy.
I don't see it.
See what's some upcoming episodes.
Everyone knows the upcoming episodes.
They got
like
votes
season
on
2.
I mean,
We don't have anything. For
we
season
did
two.
leak one of them.
We do.
It's okay. You never know what'll happen.
After this video comes out, Plime's gonna go in the back end of the stream and cut that part out.
Probably. I fucked up.
Y'all did.
It looks like I didn't miss any. I somehow thought there was 3 more after that, but that was it.
Did anyone else
I
have
was
anything you want
confused
to
when you
talk
said
about that we didn't?
We could talk about fuck it.
Or it's
Having a
5
second
Yes.
deal versus
All right.
Infinity Ultron.
I mean, it's
Fuck
like
it.
it's 5:30.
Thanks
like,
for watching, everyone. Tune
Yeah.
in to a fan battle cast on Tuesday.
Yep.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
And now